All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about two of the best fighters in the world who unfortunately will not be fighting each other next, but that doesn't keep their trainers from going at it, and that is Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach. I owe Lamont Roach an apology as I listened to an interview his father gave, and I gotta admit, I'm kind of feeling it. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be talking about Lamont Roach, Gervonta Davis, and a bit of a beef going on between the two of their camp. Obviously, you know that there was a fight between the two and a rematch that was negotiated. Unfortunately for Lamont Roach, the rematch didn't take place, and words have been flying between the two ever since, and before that, actually. But in this video, we're going to talk about what the fathers said to one another. And the father of Lamont Roach, said to Calvin Ford, the trainer of Gervonta Davis. And I got to tell you, man, this is a father and son combination that I'm kind of liking, man. There's a lot of them in boxing that are very, very toxic, if not toxic with the father and son, toxic with everybody else that has to deal with them. And it doesn't seem like Lamont Roach Sr. fits into that mold. Now, before I get into the details, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you guys so much for what you do. It really makes a huge difference to the channel. And again, thank you to everybody that supports in the super thanks. $1 in the super thanks is worth 100 views. $10 in the super thanks is worth 1,000 views. So thank you to everybody that does that and helps push this video along. Like it. If you like it, hit the like button. That would be great too. Share the video, all that good old stuff. But let's get into this because I was listening to Lamont Roach Sr. giving an interview during a media scrum for the fight that his son, Lamont Roach Jr., will be having with Isaac Pitbull Cruz coming up, and really in not too long at all. I do believe that fight is going to be in San Antonio, Texas on December 6th. So, the tickets are kind of high, man. The tickets are kind of high, but I still may go take the drive down there and go see the fight. You can get ringside seats for as low as $500, $600. Usually at fights, world championship fights, or this is not a world championship fight, but the tickets can be significantly higher, but you can get a decent seat in there for $150, $200. So shoot, man, I might run down there, sit with the general population and have a good time in San Antonio. So glad that they're going to make this fight. That's a win for me. Now, as far as what Lamont Roach Sr. said, he was in an interview and he was talking about the breakdown of the negotiations for the fight, for the rematch between Gervonta Davis and his son. And he said something that made me kind of step back a little bit, because he said something that I really believe is obviously true and kind of lets me know, man, this guy is really putting some good stuff into his son. And on the real, he kind of put some good information to me. I really appreciate it, because he said, look, man, we are somebody, in response to what Calvin Ford had said. Calvin Ford, who's the trainer of Gervonta Davis, said, look at Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach is now a big time fighter. He got in the ring with Gervonta Davis. He was nobody before he got in the ring with Gervonta Davis, and now he's a somebody after he fought Gervonta Davis. And Lamont Roach Sr.'s response to that was, look, man, we were somebody before we fought Gervonta. We'll be somebody after we fought Gervonta, we'd be somebody, whether or not we were boxing or not boxing. We're always going to be somebody. And so I just kind of got the sense when he started talking about the other things that he's trying to do, that Lamont Roach and them are trying to do, trying to get a fight with Shakur Stevenson, trying to do different things after the Pitbull Cruz fight. Now, he was being very, not just politically correct, but he's being smart and saying, obviously, they've got their eye on Pitbull Cruz and they know that that's not an easy fight. They've got to get past Pitbull Cruz. But listening to him, they were just sounded like everybody else that is dreaming of being a big star in the sport of boxing, or really dreaming of being successful in their area of human endeavor. It was just that they really believe that they are the best in the world. They think that his skill set is near the top, if not the top in the world, and that people are going to eventually see this, and they don't owe anything extra to Gervonta Davis because Gervonta didn't put in the work for them. They put in the work for themselves, and God rewarded them for what they did, and they put him in that, God put them in that situation, and they took advantage of it. Now, the only issue that I really could possibly have with what he said was two things. One, he took a shot at Calvin Ford. And I understand he said that because he believed that the whole thing was tongue in cheek, or that was a shot that Calvin Ford was taking at them by saying that you were a nobody, now you're a somebody. He took his shot at Calvin Ford too, and was like, why are you asking questions from the crowd to Jake Paul? Why weren't you up on the stage with Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul? Are you even training Gervonta Davis anymore, right? Now, I happen to know that the case is that he is still with Gervonta Davis because he's out there in Florida training with Gervonta Davis. I just made a call to some people I know out of Upton Gym to find that information out. But you still kind of see the shots and the jabs being thrown. That, I think that is all good. I don't have as much of a problem with that anymore now that I kind of see the mindset of the Roaches. Look, man, everybody has the right to believe in themselves. Everybody in the right has the right to stand on what they think is right. Now, I wasn't a big fan of the moves that they made as far as trying to get the fight overturned. I thought that was a little too much and dumb. And I also thought that them really trying to press and even talking about suing in the press and all that, I think that was over the top and not necessary. But as Lamont Roach Sr. says, Al Heyman and those guys made him whole. And how do they make him whole? They made him whole by giving him a fight with Pitbull Cruz, giving him an opportunity on a pay-per-view event to beat a big name fighter, and be and position himself to be at 140 and give himself a shot. So there was no irreparable harm that he was going to suffer. He, being Lamont Roach, was going to suffer if he didn't get that rematch. So my whole thing was like, I don't even see it, but at the end of the day, man, boxers are doing a lot more suing. They're doing more litigating, and that's on them, man. If they feel like defending themselves in a court of law like that, cool. As long as they're not suing people for battery in a boxing ring, do what you got to do. But anyway, man, I'm just looking forward to the Lamont Roach Pitbull Cruz fight. I'm looking forward to that fight card. I'm also looking forward to Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul. That should be a fun exhibition, a fun evening of boxing, man. And I'm just hoping that I'm going to try myself, and I hope other people try to as well. Just put a lot more positive light on the sport of boxing and enjoy what we have, and not always complain about the things that we don't. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.